defensively you weren't maybe at your best against the Kings, and then you're playing another team that really likes to get up and down. Not a great defensive team so far. Is it a bit of a challenge to kind of make sure you guys mind your own business defensively and don't get caught up in just trying to outscore them?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I think that sometimes you got to play different styles, right? Sometimes you're in a grinded-out game, you got to grind it out, and sometimes you're in a free-flowing game, you play free-flowing. So, I don't know. I think you got to be able to win a lot of ways, and I try not to get too caught up in trying to, hold teams to 80 points every night, right? But, we try to make improvements. I think last 2 games, I said it, we were in one game and we were out one game and trying to do both, right?
I was just talking to OG. He's obviously got an interesting road trip ahead of him. He'll probably get some minutes on Drew Holiday tonight. You got LeBron, you got Kawhi, you got Luka. I mean, it's kind of a full plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually the way it goes in this league, right? You not only got Drew, you got Brandon Ingram, who's can put up 40, right? There's another guy he might have to guard. You got McCollum and Lillard, 2 guys he might have to guard. I mean, so you're going to see guys that can play, right? And we bring our own guys with us that people have to worry about too. But it's good. I think that we need a starting point of that's matchups, but it's usually a team effort to try to defend certain guys. It's always about the 5 guys being connected and making the right schemes and rotations and help and all that stuff.
Kind of a neat quality though that he can kind of run around on some of the smalls like he was against the Kings. And
yeah, I mean he's still developing all those things. I think you get all the different sorts of guys. You get the pick and roll ball handler. You get the guy racing off screens. 2 totally different coverages and 2 totally different guys to be able to guard. You get the 4s they're playing through and picking and popping or picking and rolling, and so yeah, he's gonna see a lot of things, and everybody does though a little bit more now, Michael, right? With all the switching, everybody's doing a lot more things defensively. So I don't know, it'd be good just to watch him keep growing.
What are you going to miss? I mean, you're going to see Kawhi on this trip, you're going to see Danny on this trip, but Danny in particular, what are you going to miss most about him off the court, or what do you miss most about him off the court?
Well, he was a really good leader for us, right? He's a great team guy. He's super coachable. He's a great locker room guy, and you always love that, right? And he's also a guy that has won a lot, and those guys tend to carry with them the attitude of winning a lot, right? Like, we're gonna win. We're gonna, we're gonna do, we're gonna on a nightly basis and on a game basis. And he cared about winning a lot, right? But I will say this. I think that whenever the locker room shifts a little bit, again, and not unlike it is on the court, that other guys can expand those roles in the locker room too, right? And I think that Freddie, with what he's accomplished, even though he's young and doesn't have the miles that Danny is a super leader for us, and maybe steps right into that role because it's there. The opening's there to have that role filled, and Freddie steps right in.
Is he as vocal as Danny would be? I mean, just
yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, Danny might be a bit more high energy or verbal, right? But Fred's every bit as tactical, and Freddie's big time in those timeouts and stuff like that. When he's urging us to get our game going or get another stop or whatever, he's big time.
You guys, you've mentioned this before, but OG was just there talking about like how when you were down 2-0 to the Bucks, Danny and Kawhi were like, this isn't a big deal. So you guys as a whole sort of took that on. A year later, or not a year later, but a few months later with this team, do you sense that that's carried over? Not that.
Well, first of all, I don't want to fact check OG here, right? But
it was a big deal.
No, the guy who really jumped in there when we were down 2-0 was Serge.
Yeah.
And he said we were down 2-0 to Danny and Kawhi.
Yeah.
Right, and so just to make sure there's a lot of leadership.
Yeah.
Serge is another guy that's filled, back to your question, some of that leadership role. We're just, I think we gotta a good team with some special players, and we're just trying to figure out how we can play the best of our ability right now. I don't really feel like we're trying to make any statements whatsoever. Do we want to win? Yes. Do we want to win tonight? Yes. Do we want to win both in LA? Yeah. You know, I mean, I just think we're a growing team with some really special players that were tough to beat, man. You know, it takes a lot to beat us, and that's who we are.